Good evening, Slimesters and Gackoids. How's everybody doing this Friday night? Hey, tonight we have a special guest in the house. We got Mr. Mark Cooper dropping his part 2 of his album. We're going to be talking about the Orange Tape tonight and playing all kinds of fun games. So also our favorite Nickelodeon characters. So get your top 5 ready. And all of that, ladies and gentlemen, and more coming up next on the Real Life Perspective Show.
Sound. Journey back to days of old. Stories from the times of gold. Pop culture from the past we see. Movie shows just like they used to be. Real life perspective on the run. Laugh at it, the fun's begun. Step into the real life time machine. Every Friday night it's like a dream. 80s, 90s, memories inside.
Mr. Mark Cooper in the house. Say hello to the internet, sir.
How you doing? How's everything going?
Everything's going great, man. Exciting week for you, sir. Man, lots going on. I've been following you on Instagram, saw all your flyers for just this week. All of your live streams and shows that you've been putting on, man. You've got to just be beat at this point, man. Are you tired? Are you still running off adrenaline? How's it going? What's going on?
You know, to be honest with you, man, I've been on a high because I love the things I make music about and things of that nature. And when you love nostalgia and you're in it, you just kind of feel like you make yourself at home. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I totally get that. Cool, man. Well, we are excited to have you here on the Real Life Perspective Show for the first time. So yeah. I tell you what, man, let's just get right into our first segment. How about that? All right. So the first segment is real news, and we're going to be talking about the top box office hits. Obviously, this is from last week of December 6th through the 8th. Coming in at number 5, guys, we've got Red One. I just saw that pop up on my Amazon Prime feed, so I guess you can go watch that now over there if you want. It looks pretty silly. It's got all kinds of star characters. J.K. Simmons. J.K. Simmons, is that the name right? The actor? I'm pretty sure that's the name.
Yeah.
Right? That's him, right? From Spider-Man and all those fun things. He's in it, so it's got to be good. The Rock, obviously, in it. And then, what's his name? Chris Evans. Chris Evans, right? Captain America.
Yeah.
So, apparently, it's a new Christmas movie they just pumped out for it. So, it's coming in at number 5 from last weekend. Coming in at number 4, we've got Push Paul, The Rule, Part 2. We've got Gladiator 2. We've got Wicked at number 2. And coming in at number 1, Moana 2. So, any interest in seeing any of these, or have you seen any of them, or any interest?
Well, I'm actually a little interested because it's kind of got this little Avengers thing, but it's like all the different people from Christmas. So it's like almost like the Father of Christmas Past, or like the 3 ghosts from like from Scrooge and things like that. So it kind of gives me that particular vibe. So it looked like it could be a fun holiday movie.
Right on. That sounds good. Yeah. Hey, there's a movie that came out like 2 years ago, and if you're an 80s kid, you definitely love it. It's called 8-Bit Christmas. If you get a chance to check it out.
Oh, yes.
Do you like that one?
Oh, yes.
That's a really good movie, and it's got a really good message to it too. That's what I really dug about it too. It's just you don't see much of that anymore in mainstream cinema, so it's
you
good
really
to see
don't.
that. Yeah, so it's good to see that happening,
Oh,
yeah. So coming over on Twitch on the most watched games over the last 7 days, we've got League of Legends coming in number 5, number 4, Fortnite, number 3, Grand Theft Auto 5, number 2, Path of Exile 2, and number 1, Just Chatting. And the reason why I plugged that is because I do have a Twitch channel, and right now we're streaming simultaneously across there and Instagram and YouTube, all across the same. And but Twitch is the one place where I can go stream all kinds of Nickelodeon shows and movies and things like that. So make sure you're following me over there at twitch.tv/real life perspective if you want to go check out some fun nostalgia. Like Monday nights, we watch Monday Night Nitro, WCW.
I've been seeing the streams. Yeah.
Oh yeah. There you go. All kinds of fun stuff. That's kind of the one place you can kind of get away with that that kind of thing.
Right.
So make sure you check that out. And also the movie fact of the week, guys. In the movie Love Actually from 2003, the airport scenes showing people joyfully reuniting were filmed with real passengers. Director Richard Curtis set up hidden cameras and asked for permission afterward, capturing genuine moments of the love and connection. How about that? And here's some of the screenshots from the actual film of all the real reactions of real people sitting in the. He did the whole, ask for forgiveness later kind of thing.
Okay.
He took that approach to it, but it worked out for him, which is cool. Great movie. I love that movie. That's in my top 5 Christmas movies. Me and the wife will watch it every year. We got to watch it. So, but that's going to wrap up your real news, man. Real news. So how about that?
Can't beat that.
All right. Well, let's say hello to some of our friends in the chat tonight. We got Ryan Smiga. Hi, Sean. Yo, Mark. What's up, Ryan? How you doing, buddy? You know Mr. Smiga?
Yeah, definitely do. He's a great guy. He's just a great Nickelodeon enthusiast out there. He even sent me a care package of some exclusive Nick stuff that I haven't opened the box yet because he wants me to do an unboxing for it. So I'm very excited to be able to do that this weekend.
That's cool, man. Awesome. Yeah, Ryan's a great guy. Great dude. Ryan, thanks for being here, buddy. Good to see you. Trumpet Master 77 BBQ. That's my brother from another mother. What's going on? Coming in with ARG and happy Friday. Always good to see you, man. Vintage Sports Flips in the house. Keith, how's it going, man? So Vintage Sports Flips has a live stream on Wednesday nights where he does giveaways and all that kind of fun stuff. So make sure you are following him. And by the way, guys, everybody in the chat right now, if you do have a YouTube channel, type the word real in the chat and your YouTube channel link will pop up there and everybody can click it and go follow you. So go do that. And that includes you too, Mark. You can type that word in and rock and roll there. So Keith, good to see you, buddy. And also we do it once a month live stream together called Hops and Hits where we rip a bunch of trading cards and look for hits and sip some beers with Vintage Sports Flips and King of Pennants and Soda City Rips. Also, all good people. Yep. Everybody say hello to each other. Loving it, man. Even Nightbot joining the party. What's going on, buddy? Yeah, man. There you go. Just like that. That's the word real. Boom. And Ryan can't wait, Mark. Ryan can't wait.
I'm glad.
He's ready for it. Cool. All right. Well, let's play a game. And kids, well, before we do that, I want to celebrate to you. I'm going to use a beer because it has been one of those weeks, dude. I have a job where I work.
Never lied.
I work outside all day long, and so the weather has been cold, rainy, and it's been a long week. So cheers to you, man, and cheers to the Orange Tape part 2, man. I'm looking forward to jamming that one out too. I've been jamming the first one quite a bit recently. I'm picking up my kids after school, after work, and I'm rocking it up there, and this is Nick Arcade or you and all that. All the kids are just like, what's that? What's that? My truck kind of stands out because I have. Do you know one of those? You know what those car buddies are? Those little inflatable.
Yeah.
You see, so I got a little.
I remember. Yeah.
So I got a little elf chilling there in the front seat, passenger seat, and I'm jamming, the Orange Tape, all day long in that thing now. So it stands out for sure, man. But hey,
That's
cheers
cool.
to you, man. I don't know if you're sipping on anything, but
Well,
cheers.
I just got some water here, so I'll cheers to you here. Yeah,
you've been running around. You need to hydrate, sir. Hydrate, young man.
Absolutely.
That's exciting stuff, man. All right. Well, let's get to our first game.
Okay.
All right, we're going to rock our 1994 Nickelodeon blimp game from McDonald's Happy Meal toys. It's got categories on it in an alphabet, so let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, we've got name an animal that starts with a K.
Kangaroo.
Kangaroo, good. Uh, not cat. That starts with a C. Clearly. What's another
Right.
K? King Cobra. How about we'll deal with that one. We'll go with that one.
Or kitten.
Kitten. Excellent choice. Excellent choice. Very good. Man, I didn't tell you this, but we got a surprise guest coming up with us tonight.
No way.
And I wanted to leave it for a surprise. And here's our first surprise guest. We got somebody, guys. He looks like he is knocking at the back door. Let's bring him on board. He's banging. He's banging on that door. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Who's there?
You should never say who's there. Don't you watch scary movies?
Let me in! Come on!
It's our good friend Phil Moore.
No way.
What is up, Mark? What's up, y'all? How you doing?
What is up, Phil Moore in the
Hey,
house?
look, I'm here for the party, man. I heard this is where the party was at, and I'm like, all right, I'm coming here. I got my big glass of orange slime and ready to go.
That's it. Cheers to you, man. Welcome.
Cheers.
Welcome. Friday night in the house, man. Happy to have you.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's so good to be here. It's good to be here. Dealing with all the celebratory things, having to deal with Nickelodeon and Orangeness and Mr. Mark over there.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I wanted to surprise you because I know you guys collabed on that album, right, Mark?
Yeah, man. It's just a whole story, and I'm just sorry. I'm a loss for words right now.
Yeah.
Look, listen. First of all, you used that word collab a little too generously. Basically, he said, "Hey, I wrote everything, I produced everything. Can you read, Phil?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can read." He goes, "All right, just read the words." That's how it went down.
That's awesome, man.
That's the talent over there. He did everything. He just asked if I was hooked on phonics. I'm like, yes, I just read. That was it.
Oh man,
that's awesome. Yeah, man. I was on iTunes scrolling. I searched Mark Cooper, and I couldn't tell you how many albums there are available out there, man. There's so many. You've been going at this a long time, Mark, and we'll get into all that here on the Real Spotlight segment here. But let's continue on with the Nick Blint game. You rocked in right at the right time because last time Phil was on the show, he was killing this thing, man. He was killing it. So, here we go. Okay, guys, name a food that starts with D, as in what's a D? Something dog food.
You mean like donuts?
I do mean like donuts.
There we go.
There you go. Perfect. D. Word starts with D. Dog food, donuts, dairy. We got dairy. Back on the
Danimals. Danimals. The yogurt. Danimals.
Oh yeah. There you go. Good kick. Good find.
This is more of a place than an actual singular food delicatessen.
Oh.
Dill pickle. I see that one. That's a good one. Dill pickle. That's a good one right there.
What's the deal, pickle? Oh. Deliciousness. Trumpet Master 77 coming in with it. That's good. That's good, man. Let's do another one. How about an animal that starts with the letter M?
Oh, monkey.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mouse.
Pick.
Mouse. Yeah.
Mouse. Who's your favorite mouse?
Jerry.
Oh, good pull. Good pull.
As in
Jerry's...
Tom and
Jerry.
Yeah. That's a great
And Mighty
pull,
Mouse.
Mighty
Mouse. Gotta love
Here
Mouse.
I am to save the day.
I still go back to. I see. I didn't watch Andy Kaufman growing up, but I watched the Man on the Moon with Jim Carrey, and you know, in the movie they put that skit up there that he did.
Oh yeah.
He just kept saying that. Here I come.
That's where he got it from. He got it from the old. Yeah, in case the audience doesn't know, I'm 150 years old. I was there when Mighty Mouse was doing that's where Andy Kaufman got it from.
Right, for sure. Yeah, he just played the song or the theme song, and yeah, good times, man. Moo Cow.
Mook.
Okay, mongoose, Brian. anytime I hear the word mongoose, I think of 50 First Dates with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore and
Yes.
Sean Astin, where he has the lisp and he's like, Dad, damn mongoose got in the garbage again. That's the best line of the whole movie.
yes.
Meerkat.
Meerkat's a good one. Mm-hmm.
Marmoset. What's marmoset? I don't know what a marmoset is, but Keith does. Keith's a veterinarian, so he knows all kinds of animals. He's the animal. They did a draft on their favorite birds, best bird draft.
There's Malamute. Malamute,
yeah.
that's the dog.
Malamute, yeah, that's good.
Not to be confused with Marmaduke, the dog, the cartoon. But yeah,
right on. Here we go.
Right.
Name something you see that starts with the letter C.
Cats.
Cat, yeah, clouds.
Nice.
Clowns.
Nice.
Capsules.
Clowns. I got clowns right up here.
Corn.
Yeah. Oh man. Cards. I got a lot of cards here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Camera, because we're looking at one right now.
Oh.
There
And that's
computer that I'm looking at the camera through.
There you go.
Can't beat that.
Trumpet says cookies.
Cookies.
Right.
Put that cookie down now.
That's one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time.
Yeah, for sure. What's one of your favorites, Phil?
You know what? Literally, I am not kidding y'all. I literally just watched it. Jingle All the Way.
Nice.
I watched it earlier this afternoon because I lived Jingle All the Way. That whole story, but that thing they did in Toy Story 2, I lived that. When Toy Story 1 came out, I was one of these dads trying to find the Buzz Lightyear doll, and then Toy Story 2 joked about how they were short-sighted and didn't make enough dolls. I went to 3 different states to get a freaking Buzz Lightyear doll. Little old ladies trying to beat me up. And this is like back while I'm still in Nickelodeon. This is in the 90s,
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh. So when Jingle All the Way came out, I was just like, somebody was following me with a video camera. They captured my life and made a movie out of it. So that's one of my favorite Christmas movies. Because it relates to my son and I, it hits kind of personal. So we have a good time with that one.
Awesome. Yeah. It's a more recent movie. It's called, we talked about this earlier, 8-Bit Christmas is in my top 3 now, man. It's a really good just a throwback to the 80s kids and just trying to get a Nintendo Entertainment System,
If you talk about modern ones, I got 2 new modern ones now. One is gosh, what is it? It's not Guardians of the Galaxy. It's another it's got Guardians in it, but it's got like Santa Claus and Jack Frost and oh my gosh, I'm gonna
think
about
the red one. The red one.
I gotta look it up. I gotta look it up. It's called Guardians or something. But it's a cool
Rise of the Guardians.
Rise of the Guardians. Rise of the Guardians. And then I think it was like a couple years ago, Violent Night.
David Harbour.
Violent. But Rise of the Guardians, man, it's like a Christmas Avengers movie, man.
Oh, that's awesome. I need to check that out. I've heard about it for the longest time. I've heard about it, and I heard it's really, really good.
Yeah. It literally, it's like Rise of the Guardians. Home Alone, that's always a stand. That's a classic.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Always.
That's John Williams, right? John Williams did the score for that, right?
Yep, yeah.
Good old John Williams, man.
The king.
Yeah, no doubt.
What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh man, my favorite of all time. I've got, and I don't want to say it's played out because TNT, but every year I just love when Christmas Eve comes on, just putting on A Christmas Story, letting it run all day long, and run around, do stuff around the house. Yeah. And I mean, you can just hear it in the background, and you can quote.
What are you doing while you're cooking, while people are coming in? Yeah.
It's just great. That's your music popping, while instead of a jam box playing, I got Christmas Story going on over there in the background.
Hold on, listen, keep talking, guys. I'm going to show you how devoted I am to my movie pick. Hang on, keep talking, do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right back. All right.
Exactly.
All right.
That's like
All
Home
right.
Alone 2 for me, being able to quote those in the background
Yeah.
with certain things. And then, and I had that Talk Boy when I was a kid. I did have one of those. I have to double check in my aunt's house if it's still there. But yeah, I had one of those. And I can just remember the commercial. They'd be like, ew, stop sneaking on me or stop drooling on me. And that's was like, I need to get that for no reason, but I never ever did it.
Nice. He's got the Turbo Man.
I got the Turbo Man in the box. Never opened it. It's turbo time.
It's Turbo time.
That's how devoted I am. Is the actual doll, as Arnold would call it. I got to get that doll. As the actual Turbo Man action figure with boomerang and changeable faces. I got the actual thing.
Nice, dude. That's a
There
good.
you
We watched it the other night. My kids because my kids are 10 and 7, and they and you've been through this where they just rewind the same parts over and over and over. They're just like cracking up. They keep at the end where Sinbad, he says, "You know what, Booster? Nobody likes you," and he punches him off the float. And the kids start kicking him while he's down. And he just kept rewinding that part. Man,
it even has the action jetpack. Look at that, man! It's got everything.
That's
got
awesome.
everything.
That's like the same. That's one of my favorite stories because one of my favorite ones. I mean, of course, the bomb scene was just iconic. But my favorite scene was like, kids used to have this, "Dear Santa, I appreciate you, and I would love to have this." Now they're like, "Dear Santa, can I get a bike, a toy?" It's like
his rant,
like literally just starts ranting. It's hilarious.
Yeah, yep. He's in the middle of the crowd, right? Because everybody just kind of looks at him, stares at him out. That's
Don't
good
move.
stuff,
I got a bomb in my pants.
Just what the holidays need.
We got Pro West, the Testament, Mark Cooper saying hello.
Yeah,
what's up, Pro West?
It's prowess.
Excuse me. Prowess. Thank you for that. I don't know why Pro West came out. Very good. I have a Turbo Man, says Trumpet. Very good.
Nice.
I ain't going nowhere without that dough.
Without that doll.
Without a
doll. Both Sinbad and Arnold mispronounced the word D-O-L-L. It's like dow.
That's right.
Every time.
It's Turbo Pod.
No, your father been laid off. During the rant.
And Phil Hartman. Oh, who can forget the late great Phil Hartman? What a sleazy, perfectly played sleazy guy.
He was so good. He was so Troy McClure.
You go take a shower. I know, sugar, milk, and cookies. I take them out when they're golden brown.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's on the phone. He's on the phone. He goes, "I think she's in the shower. You want me to go check?"
Yep, every time.
Dang.
All right, here's
in my house eating my cookies.
My cookies.
Yeah. Here's my impression of Phil Hartman. I bought a Turbo Man for Johnny months ago. It's nestled safely under our tree.
Oh, that is perfect. That is spot on.
If they brought Troy McClure back in The Simpsons, you should audition for it.
For real, man. For real.
Thanks,
that was spot on. Perfect, man.
Hi, I'm actor Troy McClure. You might remember me.
With the reindeer, and he's like, "Why'd you have the reindeer? Nothing's too good for bringing happiness into the life of a child."
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, dude,
oh no, but yours is perfect. That's perfect.
And when he gets caught, remember when he gets caught with the doll, he's trying to steal the present, and he says, "You can't bench press your way out of this one."
Yeah.
By the way, listen, here's something else. A lot of people don't know this, but there is. This is before it was a thing. I think maybe the only other time I ever heard of a post-credit scene back in the day was like Ferris Bueller. There's a post-credit scene in Jingle All the Way.
Oh.
Watch all of the credits till they are, or fast forward. But there is a post-credit scene. Holiday tip from me to you, world. There you go.
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
I had no idea.
I need to look.
I had no idea. And listen, and I didn't know it. The only reason I know is because I literally was just watching it this afternoon when the movie was done. Instead of turning off the TV, I walked around and started doing some things and just let the music play. And then all of a sudden I heard talking again. I'm like, what's going on? The movie start over? And I walked up again, and there's a post-credit scene. Who
Nice,
knew?
man.
Yeah.
Who knew? Who knew?
That's my gift to y'all. That's my holiday present. There you go.
We appreciate that. Because all you need is Italian salad dressing. You know?
We got something going today, y'all.
Yeah, this is good. The orange
jingle
tape.
all the way kind of day.
The orange tape is the greatest piece of art, says Powis. There you go. There you go.
Prowess.
Very good. Okay, well, I guess it's time to get on to our next segment, guys. What do you think about that? How about we let's talk about our guest of honor tonight. Mr. Mark Cooper. Mark, where are you from, sir?
I'm out of Detroit, Michigan, man, right in the Motor City.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. And so tell everybody about your background in music and what got you started, and what did you see something on TV, or you saw your first band live or something that made you just want to get into music, and what was like the first instrument you picked up and all that good stuff, and tell us about it.
Oh, absolutely, man. It happened when I was my 14th birthday. I always enjoyed music, listened to it when I was a kid. Like, the thing is, my parents really, believe it or not, didn't really have me listening to hip hop back then in the 90s like that. So I was listening to a lot of, like, from Michael Jackson to, one of the nostalgia tapes I know backwards and forwards, believe it or not, is the Power Rangers soundtrack that they came out with, the cassette tapes that Ron Wasserman did. So I knew all of those particular songs backwards and forwards. And what's cool is that when I was 14, my dad, I asked my dad, like, hey, I would like to get a keyboard for Christmas. I mean, not for Christmas, for my birthday. And he was like, all right, son, we'll see what's going on. And then we were eating at a restaurant, and then he brought it in surprisingly. And I still have that keyboard to this day. And what I use for music is that I was writing a little bit of poetry, just things that rhymed, so I can be able to just enjoy. But I never thought I would get into rap until I turned like 17. And I was like, you know what? I want to give this thing a try. And of course, we all rap about the things that we don't do, because that's, what's popular to do. A lot of people rap about stuff like that. And I found a good friend of mine that we're friends to this day, Mike Jack. We actually started rapping together. We're recording on believe it or not, we were recording on Cubase LE that my cousin gave me. Gigi Harbor, he was the drummer on the series such as the Parkers, Proud Family, and Moesha, for example, on when it was UPN back then. And he gave me one of those CDs, and I was like, okay. And then I had a PS2 video game that had Jadakiss on the front. It was called Bring On the Mic, and it came with a microphone that was USB. So I plugged it into the computer, and then we just started recording. And were we terrible? Yes, we were. but I still have those tracks to this day. I always threaten my friend Mike. I'll be like, look, I'll show this. I'll show what we did, But after that, later on, I just started to think, and I was like, I'm really liking music, but I want to go a different direction of how I want to do it. So the first person who ever called me whack and told me I was terrible was actually my mom. My own mom was like, hey, son, I know you like doing this, but this is just not good here. And I know you're not going to give up on it. So this is what I want you to do. What I want you to do is on your next project, I only want you to use 3 swear words throughout this whole project. And if you can do that, you can continue doing what you're doing. And I said, okay, Mom, sure. Sure enough, 15 years later, I still barely swear in my songs at all. And it literally expanded my palette of how I make music today. So, ideally where the rest is history. I was producing at first, and then I start combining it with, with the raps and stuff, because I didn't know how to buy beats back then. It was hard to buy some things online. The first beat I ever bought, I literally sent in actual cash through the mail to the producer that lived in another state for it.
Oh, wow.
Which was crazy. And I was in my first year of college back then. And just, just thinking about it over time, it's like, there was a lot of different challenges and accolades I had to get to this particular position. So, it means the world So that's when I'm, my original start in music and things like that. I can dive in a little bit more when it comes to the nerdcore stuff, but that's just kind of the gist of the introduction for it.
That's cool, man. And do you play any other instruments besides keyboard?
I play keyboard, but I also I play guitar as well. So it kind of counts, but it's kind of different. But yeah, I play
man,
guitar as well.
I gotta say I love your profile photo, man. With you got the whole get up, man. You got the guitar, you got the Marvel guitar strap with it. You've got the power glove rocking. I mean, you just got all the nostalgia. Everything that you're all about is in that photo. You know what I mean? It's just it represents you well, man. I'll say that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I love it, man. Really good stuff. And you're all over the place, man. You've got we're here on your link tree. You're all over Twitch, Spotify, Bandcamp, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Man, it's good stuff. So let's talk about the Orange Tape and what made you want to get into that. And so you made part 1, and now today, was it today that it released or yesterday it released?
Yesterday, part 2 released, only on Bandcamp right now.
Okay, well let's talk about that, man, and tell us about what made you want to do the Nickelodeon album and how you got Mr. Phil involved and all these other collabs that I've heard on the album as well. Good stuff. And I gotta ask you about the Doug too. So there's a patty of the mayonnaise for me. You know, like who is the voice of that? Is that the actual voice of Doug?
That's actual Billy West.
Oh, Billy West. Okay.
No way. You got Billy West on your album too, dude? Dude, that's amazing. Patty, you're the man. That song is it's banging. It's a banger.
Really?
Man, that's good stuff, man. I like that one a lot. But anyways, I'll stop talking. Tell everybody about the Orange Tape.
Man, I'm excited because I explained I was going to do this Orange Tape project like a year and a half ago at a holiday show that Phil was at. And I remember at a time, like when I was at Ryan's show, but the thing is, when I was doing that show, I remember I was in the studio like a night or two before, and I was like, I don't know, hopefully they like this song. I'm not sure. And it's like, it's kind of old school, and they were like, no, Mark, this is going to be cool. It's going to be awesome. You know what I mean? I was like, man, I don't know if I know the song well enough yet. I was really nervous. Normally when I do shows, I get nervous, but this was the kind of nervous as in like, this is the first time performing a song, to pay homage to somebody I've never even met in person before. So of course I was stupid nervous. And when I talked to Phil about what I was going to do, he was like, look, man, what you're doing is insane. It's great. And my cousin was able to catch the live reaction of it. So it wasn't any recording at all. Every emotion I was feeling was just cloud 9 at that point. And then that's what gave more of a thing. I was like, you know what? There's a lot of people that are on that network that probably need to feel something great like that too. So part of it was inspired by Phil. But I wanted to do is I was like, there's a lot of different things in this world that don't get the flowers they deserve. They kind of just get forgotten in the past, or they'll be brought up to make an argument or for content or for, for ways of being engaging in this world. So what I wanted to do is I knew that Nickelodeon's birthday was the 45th, which is, this 45th anniversary this year. So I'd wanted to try something different. Be like, I can easily make an album and just do that. Be cool. I'd say, you know what? Let's make it a Kickstarter. And I want to see, how people would feel about if I did a tribute album for it. So when I went at it, put some work into it, and I was able to do the Kickstarter, I was like, okay, so now let's see how this works. And what happened is it actually got funded, and I've never done anything like that before. And it got funded a lot earlier. And there were a lot of great people who reached out and were excited about it. Like Splat Attack Podcast was there. Prowess to Testament actually found some, Black career funding types of things for the Kickstarter. So she was able to do some applications and actually helped out, being able for the Kickstarter to be able to be fulfilled. So I definitely have to give her personal flowers for that. I really appreciate that. And it's just an overall great experience. So when I get into the Orange Tape, what I wanted to do is that in my Player One series, I always make myself trapped in a video game called Nerdcore, which is the genre I'm in. And what I wanted to do for the Orange Tape is be trapped in something I've always wanted to be in, which is the video zone as a kid. So when I wanted to go into the video zone, it's like everybody was like, you see the behind the scenes, it's like a blue room and everybody wants to be a part of that. But what I wanted to do is make a villain that makes total sense for it. So why not pick the villain that doesn't say anything and nobody knows about and is controlling? So I picked Mikey from Nick Arcade to be the villain for that. So because since he can't say anything, you never know what he's thinking, you know?
Dude, I literally said if somebody, and I hope nobody from Hollywood's listening to this steals the idea and I don't get a dime. But I always said, like, they do Five Nights at Freddy's and like the movie Tron. I said, doing a Nick Arcade movie, like they did the Legends of the Hidden Temple movie, but if you did it as a horror movie and found out like after 30 years, Mikey's pissed.
Yep.
You know? Mikey is not happy. But look, let me throw a little props Mark Cooper's way. We were doing this Christmas thing, what 2 years ago?
About 2 years.
I was like just emceeing the thing. I'd done it before. It was the last one that they were having. They asked me to come back. I started it out. So like they said, well, why don't you cap it off? And they told me about Mark. Now, what blew my mind was a couple things. Number one, I'm thinking this guy had like been sitting on this for like 3 or 4 years, just waiting for the opportunity to put it out there, do it in front of the audience. Come to find out, like I listened to him, blown away. The music, we were in like a small sort of venue. It was packed, standing room only, but it's a small tight venue, almost like a New York or LA comedy club. You know what I mean? Think about like that size. So it's packed. It doesn't have like a massive sound system, but everything coordinated perfectly with what he was doing. He went up there, he started dropping it. He was telling me it was about Nick Arcade. The rhymes, man, they just flowed. You know what I mean? They just flowed. And he took stuff about the show that was corny, but he made it fly. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, boom. And I'm watching him, and then he goes, yeah, I just sort of wrote it. I'm like, what? You know, that's like that's like J.R.R. Tolkien saying, yeah, I just wrote Lord of the Rings last night. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, are you kidding me? So I was blown away anyway, but what he was doing, I was honored just to be in the room watching this guy doing this, and he did something based on this thing that just has always, like, since I did Nick Arcade, bless my life, this guy's playing homage to it. Now he's taking it to the next level, making it his own thing. So, and I love it when a person can pay homage, but still also like I make a profit. You know what I mean? Like you take something that you like and somehow find a way to take that thing and cause it to benefit your current existence. You know what I mean? So it's not like just living in the past. It's like it's living in the past to propel your future. And that's where a lot of people miss that part. A lot of people just like they dwell in the nostalgia, and that's good and that's everything, but very few can figure out a way to turn that into something that helps propel their craft, helps helps them evolve as an artist or just as a person, and help other people put a smile on somebody else's face, you know? And so I'm watching it. So he's doing that. I'm like, I'd never seen that before. I'd never heard it done in a really cool way. You know, I've been at cons where people have actually rebuilt like the face-off game, or we've done Nick Arcade live again at MagFest and stuff. And those things are fantastic. But to see somebody not just replicate, but innovate. And then he tells me, yeah, I did it while I was in the men's room. I'm like, he didn't say that, but it was like, it was the equivalent of that. It's mind blowing. I mean, like, you know, when you work around creative people, and even though, like, I mean, now I do game shows, and in spite of being producing game shows, it's still like it's creative, but it's fun. You know what I mean? And but so I understand the process. Creative spark and channeling that and putting it together isn't easy. That's why somebody can take a song that was never a hit, then do their own thing with it, and all of a sudden it's a hit. We all heard of that. Songs we think are brand new are really songs from the past, but why did this person make $1 billion off it and this one was standing outside of 7-Eleven with a guitar? I don't know.
Right.
You know? This guy took something and he put his own spin on it. It paid homage, but it was something that was totally fresh and new. And then he's using it to propel his future. And then he told me, yeah, I just did it like, yesterday almost. The whole combination of the thing. And then he tells me he was super nervous. I'm like, dude, you would never have known it. He just got up on that stage and just started like spitting it out. And it was just like, I was like, oh, I'm getting wet. Yeah, bring it on. It was incredible. It was incredible. Actually, a second ago, I was on my phone trying to find it because I know I recorded it. I never erased it. I was trying to find it. When I bounce off here, I'm gonna stay on here and continue to watch the rest of this. But I'm gonna bounce off here, give you your spotlight, my man. I've had the spotlight. Now it's time for you, young blood, to step into it. Let it shine rain down on you. And I'm gonna continue to listen. But if I find it while this is still going on, I'm gonna drop it in there in the chats and in your DMs so you can play it if you want to. Because I got the actual live performance on my phone somewhere. I just have to dig it up. It's in there somewhere. It's in the iCloud somewhere. But it was phenomenal watching this guy create something and had all the pieces. I don't even know if he thought about all the things I just said, but he was doing it. He was paying homage. He was propelling his career. He was putting a smile on people's faces. He took something and then just replicated it. He innovated it. And I was just like, that's the future I want to see. That's what you want in the future. You know what I mean? So mad props to you, Mark Cooper, man. I know you say you're honored, man, but just call me friend, man, because that's how I look at you. Seriously, I feel like next year you should be coming over for Thanksgiving. But you're a great man. You're an intelligent person. You're a talented individual, and you're just a gifted individual. I can't wait to see what's next. Orange Years is just how you and I connected. But you're gonna go way beyond this, man. You're gonna go way beyond this. So kudos to you. Kudos to you, man. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's blushing. I think he's blushing a little bit over there. hey, man. Well said, Phil, man. Well said, Phil. Very kind. Very, very amazing words from you, man. We appreciate you coming by tonight, man. And
thank you for the invite. This all because of you. You know that. He created this little surprise, man. Oh. No. You created. I don't know which way my fingers are pointing now.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
It's real life perspective that made this all happen. Bringing me in here. He's like, we're doing a thingy thing. I'm like, I'm going to be there. So listen, man, y'all have a happy holiday. Everybody out there listening, have a happy holiday. Keep doing your thing, both of you. I'm going to sign off here, but I'm going to keep on listening. And, again, continue great work, man. Both of you.
Same to you, Phil. Keep up the great game shows with Jerry and everybody, man. We love what you do, man. And come back anytime. You're always welcome.
Oh, man, appreciate it. Thanks, fellas.
All right.
Later, man. All right, Mr. Phil Moore in the house. Oh, what a fun surprise! What do you think? Did you like that, Mark?
I'm trying to keep it together. I really am.
Phil's a great guy. I love Phil, man. He's been on the show before, and I said, hey, man, he's Mark's got this new album coming out, and as soon as I heard his voice on your part one, I said, oh man, we gotta get him on the show. And this is a celebration. We're here to celebrate you. And speaking of celebrating it, tell everybody where they can find not only this album and your other albums, where all you're available, but especially the new album that just dropped yesterday.
Oh, absolutely. The best place to find it, you can go at rain.bandcamp.com. And the thing is, the Orange Tape, the original, is out on streaming platforms. In a few weeks or so, part 2 will be up there. But right now, I have the deluxe version of that part 2, which is a 2-part album series. And I even thrown in 6 bonus tracks in there as well. And not only Phil Moore is on the first one, I made a story twist that everybody will find really cool when you hear part 2. And I also have sound drops from Venus that played Telly on Salute Your Shorts. And I got Donnie Jeffcoat for Wild and Crazy Kids on those songs for Camp Anawana and Wild and Crazy Kids, which were tracks that I made. They didn't necessarily make the cut for what I wanted for the story, but they were just great songs to have. So
hey, great bonus material too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Good little teasers there. Everybody go check this out. Go buy now. I just dropped the link if you want part 2 on Bandcamp, and he's all over all the other streaming platforms with all of his other albums too. He's got a lot of stuff. He's got Power Ranger stuff and all just a ton of great nostalgic. What genre would you say your music is, Mark?
Well, my genre is actually it's called nerdcore. So I say nerdcore hip hop, which is literally music that has heavy focus on anime, video games, pop culture, science fiction, etc. But I really focus more on the nostalgia. So you'll hear maybe Ninja Turtle songs from me. Like on one of the albums, I rapped about Mr. T. I got some stuff about like from Nintendo to Sega to various other things that's out there, like Power Ranger franchise. I've done beat tapes about Saturday morning cartoons, but I wouldn't grab the rare stuff, like from things from like Spiral Zone to maybe a cut from Rainbow Bright or Jim and the Holograms. I tried to dive into all those different things, and I've been doing these beat tapes for practically almost 10 years now. So there's some interesting cuts.
Yeah. So guys, make sure you check it out. And if you're watching the replay, check out the live replay because the link is there. And you know what? Let's go ahead and try to see if we can pin this. I'll have to do it on the YouTube side of things. But man, go check this link over here right now if you're watching, and go click on it, copy and paste it into your browser, and go check out this music here. You can preview it on there, man. It's good stuff, guys. I mean, it's for all of us nostalgia, orange, goo, slime, gakoid, lovers. This is for you. This is for you, right? And Mark, you nailed it, dude. Good stuff, man. So thanks for sharing that, and we're excited to hear this thing, man. So,
oh yeah,
it's good stuff, dude. Well, it's time to get into tonight's topic. 5, 4, 3. Did you catch the reference? 5, 4, 3.
Yep, I sure did.
I do that all the time, and nobody ever says Wayne's World. Nobody ever says
it.
Yeah, I mean, still to this day, I really think we went on a cruise ship about maybe it was last year, and there was a cover band in the thing playing, and I recorded it because they were playing Bohemian Rhapsody. And of course, the famous scene comes up where everybody's headbanging, and I recorded everybody in the audience, and I did a post on it, and I said, when the kids from your generation, are in the house, when that song comes on, anybody who's ever seen Wayne's World knows they put Queen on the map, where they put Bohemian Rhapsody, that iconic headbanging scene, right? Am I right?
That's right. Absolutely.
We are talking about our favorite Nickelodeon characters tonight, buddy. So I don't know if you had time. I don't know if have you had time to sit around and make a list top 5 for this.
Well, to be honest with you, I could probably do it off the top of my head for it.
Okay.
Because I've been, you know what I mean? I would just say the ones that were probably my most inspired cartoon Nickelodeon characters, especially by doing this. The first one will definitely have to be,
we're gonna go with your top 5. So let's go with your 5th place.
My 5th place?
Yeah, give me your 5th place. We're gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on this one. So let's start with your 5th.
Okay. So my 5th would have to be, I'm gonna go against the grain here. My 5th, can I technically pick him as if they're a duo in the same series?
Yeah, why not?
How about Henry and June from Kablam?
Henry and June. Kablam. Okay. I think Kablam was a little after my time. So that was Kablam was like all over the place, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was a comic book kind of setup. It was
Okay, yeah. Because remind me, I never really watched it. I just remember seeing kind of like the action figures on the commercials, right?
Oh, from the Action League Now thing? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. That's from Kablam, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So Kablam was a kind of show where it was like you remember oh yeah cartoons when they had that part where they were showing all these indie animators and and cartoon shorts.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think so. Get like remind me of an example.
Chalk Zone came from that. Chalk Zone came from that. My Life as a Teenage Robot, and I believe Fairly Odd Parents too.
Okay.
I think it
Okay.
was those three that came from that. And they just did all different kinds of shorts, like from Life with Loopy, Sniz and Fondue, The Offbeats, and of course we know Action League Now, which is a very popular stop motion series that they ended up having their own spinoff later. And what I loved about it is that they made the whole concept like a comic book. Like you're literally reading a live action comic book, cartoon animated, of course. And it just had a particular vibe that was just like, I could sit here and enjoy this and, see all these different cartoons. They don't all tie together. It's just somebody hosting a comic book to you. And then it has all these different little funny moments. And I just enjoyed and loved it watching it in prime time, especially when it come on right before Snick. Like Kablam was very, experimental in the house. So yeah.
Nice, dude. That's great. Cool, man. Well, go ahead. While you're at it, you got your number 4 handy?
Yep, I got my number 4. Number 4 is going to be Timmy Turner for me.
Timmy Turner. You're naming all these characters that I think I don't know how old we are in difference in age here. I might have grown out of Nickelodeon at this point in my juncture. I don't know Timmy Turner. Where's Timmy Turner from?
Fairly Odd Parents.
Okay.
He was the one with the Cosmo and Wanda had the wishes and things. And the reason why he was really important, because around that time when he was 9 or 10, I was almost practically at that age. So you can kind of vibe with him about having that, that babysitter, and then maybe your parents both my parents worked a lot, so they weren't home as often. But I didn't have like a, really like a traditional babysitter or anything like that. Normally they was just like, hey, just, make sure you don't answer the phone. Don't open the door for anybody, just kind of basic stuff. So I would sit back and have whatever, like either some cereal I would eat out of the box, you know what I mean? Like some Cinnamon Toast Crunch or something, or any of those. And like, I would just enjoy the shows for what they were. Then later on, when, the show went on, it started to give more of a storyline for it, as in you see new characters, you see new things, and then you see the movies. And then what really got me going was the Timmy and Jimmy crossover. So like when Jimmy Neutron and Timmy Turner were in the same series, and then they were basically in each other's animation, it was just brilliant. It's like one of the most brilliant crossovers we've ever got a chance to see on Nickelodeon.
Nice, man.
But Timmy Turner was just influential because of, we all been that age, we all seen those, and sometimes it's just an overall fun character to get used to.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that show. I never watched that show, but I'll definitely. You may pop on my my live one of these days on a Saturday morning or something. You may see that show playing. So if you see it, it's because of you. Because we're doing that in dedication to you. Because you're opening new doors for me here on these classic Nickelodeon shows. Like I say, classic. All my characters are like OG Nick characters, because I was there when Nick first started.
Yeah.
So I mean, these are the characters that were super nostalgic for me. But good pick. I'm gonna say good pick because I like the story you gave behind it, and I can relate to that dude, Timmy Turner. My number 5 is gonna be just OG SpongeBob.
Okay.
SquarePants, because I didn't watch a lot of SpongeBob growing up, but he is super nostalgic to me because when my wife and I first started dating, her little sister was small enough and was still watching cartoons and things like that. And her and I took her sister. We were trying to go watch The Incredibles at a movie theater, right?
Right.
And this was back before you could look up to see, you could rent your, you could save your seats. You can even all you could do is look in the newspaper to find out the times at the time,
right.
what times of movies were playing.
Oh, I used to watch that religiously as a kid. I don't know what the satisfaction was, but just seeing the channel lock go down, there was a point where I was watching that for almost like an hour or two, and then my parents would sit there and be like, "Sure you don't want to watch anything, son?" Like it was that kind of thing, and I was really into commercials. So like when my cousin, when we were younger, I was younger. I was like 5 or 6. I used to almost beat up my older cousin for turning off the turning off the commercials. So, so it's funny. I was like one of those kind of kids that always remembered it. But I think it's because I was satisfied, just fantasized by the the toy commercials, and during December, all the Toys R Us toy commercials come out. Then you get the big book. You start circling big book. Like I'm that era too.
Nice. Yeah, for sure. I remember the screen on the. Yeah, I definitely remember the. I don't even know what you call it. The menu screen, not even the mini screen, or
no, it's the preview. It's the preview screen.
Preview channel.
Yep.
The preview channel. Yeah, that's right. We called it the preview channel. That's exactly what we called it, right? Yeah, the preview channel. But yeah, I'm talking about when we'd have to look in the newspaper to find the cinema times at the movie theater.
Right? yeah, the cinema times. I remember that too.
Yeah. So, and that was fun too, just to look at. Say, oh, look, this is playing at this time, because they had the little picture. Sometimes they would have the picture of the movie, on the newspaper thing. So we would look it up and we would drive. So I was living all the way on the other side of town. We were like Romeo and Juliet, right? On different sides of the tracks, man. And so I would drive all the way up north to the north side to go pick her up. And her sister came along with us because we were trying to find The Incredibles. Well, we drove all the way east to the east side of town to go find the theater, and they're sold out.
No.
Well, and then she says, "Oh, whatever. Let's just go back to where we live, and there's the movie theater over there." And I said, "Well, why didn't we?" We got this big argument because I said, "Well, why didn't we just go there in the first place to check it to see if it was available before we go drive all the way over?" And we got this big argument, and so she's like, "You know what? Just take me home or whatever." I said, "Fine, we'll go back to the other theater or whatever." So we get in the truck and we're driving along. And her sister's in the back, she's like 6 or 7 years old, at the time. And she's just like, what are these kids arguing about, right? And the radio is just playing. It's just awkward silence. And then all of a sudden, Pat Benatar comes on the radio, and Love is a Battlefield starts playing. And we just look at each other. We just start laughing about the whole thing. And so anyways, we get to the theater, and they're sold out again of The Incredibles. And finally, we just say, you know what? They got the SpongeBob SquarePants movie available. You just want to go watch that? So we went and watched the original SpongeBob SquarePants movie. And ever since that, it created that memory, that core memory of us when we first started dating. And even her sister's like almost 30 now. And so, we still talk about it to this day. And how she's like, oh, I thought you were so rich because I had back when, what was the not the solar, the radio, what's the digital radio that you can get now, not just like your local channels, but the satellite. I had like a display that was installed, like a little dismountable mount that you would put on and off of Sirius FM when it first came out. And she thought I was so rich because I had one of those. It's just a funny memory, a fun lock. And that's why SpongeBob is my number 5, because of that memory right there. So he's on the list for that. So there you go. My number 4, I am going to go with, from my childhood, one of my favorite cartoons, Mr. Tommy Pickles in the house, guys. He's my favorite Rugrat, just taking control, the leader of the bunch. May not be, I don't know if he's making the best decisions. Now that if you go back and analyze it as a grown-up, was he really making the best decisions? But, getting out with his little screwdriver, his little handy dandy tool, and all that good stuff. But he was definitely the leader. And I love the voice actress who did Tommy Pickles too. She was also in, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Dottie, a lot of other things as well. And I just love that actress too. So Tommy Pickles is my number 4 for that, because I grew up watching Rugrats, and I love the theme song. And I didn't know this until, I guess it was the Orange Years that said it, about who did the soundtrack to the theme song, right? Who was it? I think he got muted. One more time.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
God.
who did the soundtrack? Do you remember?
No,
I don't know his name, but do you remember who he's from?
But he had probably one of the most innovative types of forms of scores, because I do film scores for certain things and things like that now. and the way I hear his score, it's just so innovative for how it was sounding.
Yeah. It's this. I think it's the. He's either the singer from Devo. The Whip It Good, dude.
Yeah.
That.
I wonder I think it is that guy that was from Devo.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't remember if it's the singer or like the keyboard player or whatever. But yeah, I remember the CEO. Maybe I heard it on the Splat Attack podcast when the CEO of Nickelodeon was on there and she mentioned it.
Oh yeah, when with Laybourne, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it was her that said it on that show, or if it was the Orange Years or not. But that iconic intro, with all of the sound effects that they used and everything he used was just phenomenal. Good stuff, man. Did you like Rugrats growing up?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite character? It was Mark Mothersbaugh.
Okay. Mark Mothersbaugh.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was the singer or Mark Mothersbaugh. That's interesting.
So Baugh.
Okay. Yeah, I got it here. So it says American musician, composed. He came with the prominence in the 70s. Lead vocalist and keyboardist of the new wave band Evo. So there you go.
That's what I thought. Okay, so he was the singer too. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah. So he made the theme music of all people. Made the theme music to the Rugrats.
Yeah.
Stuff. Yeah. Okay, let's get to your number 3, young man.
Well, my number 3 takes from your number 5. It will be SpongeBob for me.
Nice.
So my number 3 is SpongeBob.
Okay. Any particular reason?
Oh yeah. I've been watching SpongeBob since it came out. I finally earlier this year got to meet Tom Kenny and Roger Bumpus. That was the voice of Squidward. And me and my best friend, shout outs to Donna, we watched SpongeBob so much that we would quote, SpongeBob stuff to each other as we're talking. Things like, what's better than 24? 25. You know what I mean? We'll do little small, nuances like that because it's just things that we enjoy about the show. And SpongeBob just got a lot of gems in it. And you just seem to just enjoy it for what it is. Like it'll be certain things you find funny and be like, wow, I didn't find that funny when I was younger, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, this is ridiculous. It doesn't even have to be an adult joke. It could just be a joke that would just be like, yeah, I feel you, SpongeBob. I understand. And then, like you'll say, growing up as an adult, you understand Squidward so much more. You know what I mean? It'd be those little nostalgia things that you always remember. And then
one of the funniest episodes that we relate to is there was one where he got lost. He got lost in Bikini Bottom, I think is what it was called. And he's like trying to take a shortcut, and he runs into these dudes just chilling on a couch. And they're all drinking soda, and he goes, "Hey, what are you doing? Drinking soda?" He's like, "What's it to you?"
Right.
And he says, what does he say? He says, "Isn't it a little early to be hitting the high fructose corn syrup?" And he goes, "Hey, look, pal, I know this gigantic soda isn't good for me, but sometimes it gives me the kick I need to start my day as a pedicab driver." And he just gets on his car, running away, dude. It cracks me up, dude. I mean, little things like there's just so many good little one-liners everywhere. These little bitty scenes that are 30 seconds long, but they stand out, and they you can hold them near and dear and understand, and just like the little comedic things to them, right?
Right. Just like watching when Man Ray gets de-thawed, and then they have the scene with the tickle belt, and it's like, you need to do a good deed and I'll take it off. And then basically he's trying to converse with Patrick about a wallet that he don't even remember. It's like, are you Patrick Starr? Yes, it's in your wallet. So if that's the case, it's your wallet. Give what to who?
Oh, Patrick Starr, man. I mean, what a trip. Golly, that dude is hilarious, man. Patrick Starr. He's got to be, I don't know, man. He's like got to be the best sidekick of all. I mean, like of all sidekick movies, like who are 2 of your favorite sidekicks? I know we might get off topic here, but like who are your 2 like duos? You know what I mean? Like,
well, if
Chris
that's
Farley.
The case, oh, you mean like in Nickelodeon or just in general?
Anywhere, yeah, just general.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if I did Nick, it'd be Arnold and Gerald for sure.
Okay.
But if it had to be duos, I mean, I like Jay and Silent Bob are very funny. Rush Hour, Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
Well, now technically Karate Kid would be, Johnny and LaRusso,
Right. Yeah. Hey, and speaking of, and you got to keep an eye on my channel, man, because on my YouTube I'm doing a thing called Real Rips, where I'm ripping a lot of card packs now. And speaking of Jay and Silent Bob, I'm going to be ripping this pretty soon. So these are Garbage Pail Kids View Askew edition. So
Oh wow.
if you're a fan of anything Kevin Smith, stick around for that. You don't want to miss that, man. That's gonna be fun.
Absolutely, man. Especially after I did that He-Man song a couple years back, and I know he was involved with that production. Yeah, I can't wait.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember that. I got a lot of I got a lot of mixed emotions about that
Yeah.
series, man. I grew up with the OG in '82.
Yeah, me
man.
too.
Oh, did you? So but I thought I thought they finally listened to the fans, and with the not the revelation but the revolution. I thought they came back hard and they said, you know what, let's give the fans what they want, and they say let's and they did. I really think they did. That revelation was not for me, man. Like Fisto, and I couldn't stand what they did. Well, I think Method Man did Clamp Champ, and I forget who did Fisto, but that scene when Fisto did the whole, well, I'd like to fist him. I'm like, come on, man. Come
Bro,
on, you're killing me,
I'm
man.
telling you, they always put those random "that's what she said" type jokes era and everything.
Yeah. But so I'm old school of the fans, like with like, you don't need to kill our childhood characters. That's how I felt about that. And they did that way too much in that. They killed off way too many of our childhood friends. I was not a fan of Revelation, but they tried to make up for it with Revolution, which I was pleased with Revolution. I can say they listened and they actually tried to make it right. So good for them, Netflix.
Yeah.
Good on them. Coming back to our topic, of course, who do I have for my number 3? Oh yeah, of course, my good pal. This guy is just I love. Oh crap, what I do. I love these guys because they are just, well, I love this character specifically because he was a moron, but he always wanted to do good. His intentions were good. Mr. Stimpy from Ren and Stimpy,
Yes.
right? And he was just always wanted to go, oh, look at this, Flight of the Conchords, Fillmore. Hey, they call me Hip Hop Anonymous. No, what did you say? Hip hop. What's your rapping name? The Rhymenoceros. Oh, Rhymenoceros. That's not going to fit in here. And he says, okay, Jeremy, what's your name? Yeah, Hip Hop Anonymous. But you can just call me Jermaine if you want. Dude, that's the funniest episode of Flight of the Conchords. Yeah, those two, Britt and Jermaine. Brett and Jermaine. Have you ever seen Flight of the Conchords, Mark?
I have. It's been a while, but I need to look at it.
Yeah, that first season was the best. Yeah, Hip Hop Anonymous, and they're getting mugged, right? So every day they show up, and they do their little band meeting with Mary, their band manager, and they take roll call. He takes roll call, even though there's like 2 of them sitting there, And this was about the rapping thing. Yeah, I'm the mother flipping Rhymenoceros,
Right.
Dude, it's great. So they're getting robbed, right? They're getting mugged. Mugged was the episode name. And these 2 guys are like, hey, empty your pockets. What do you got? And he's like, what is this? He goes, that's my camera phone. What do you mean? He goes, it's a camera glued to a phone. He took a cell phone and he glued it to like a camera, like an old school camera you put film in. It's just, dude, that episode hits hard for me, man. And then they're like, you better be careful. I know karate.
Yes.
Well, I read a book on karate, and then he says, okay, well, you guys better be careful. You don't really know who you're dealing with. Oh, really? And who exactly are we dealing with? I'm the mother flipping Rhymenoceros. They just break out and rap song, dude. I love that show, man. I miss that show so much. And those actors went on to do a lot of big things. Did you know Brit was actually in Lord of the Rings?
I didn't. What was he
Yeah,
in?
I think it was I think it was in Return of the King, where Liv Tyler was leaving because she was leaving Aragon, and they're walking through the woods, and she was going on to live her life or whatever as an elf in elf world or whatever it's called, and she stops because she's hesitating if she wants to go back and live the rest of her life and give up her immortality to be with Aragon. And this guy says,
Wow.
He says, what was her name? What was her princess name? Golly, do you remember? We'll just say princess. He just says,
yeah, right.
Princess, we mustn't delay. And he just has one line in the whole saga, but he's like clean shaving. He's got like a big blonde wig on and everything. You wouldn't even recognize him if you weren't looking for him. But
that was a clean $5,000 just to say that. Just be like, don't wait too long.
Yeah,
is that it? All right, great. Go call my agent. I'm done.
Peace out. Back to Flight of the Conchords. Back to Jermaine.
Right.
But he actually went on to he won a Grammy for doing the Muppet Show movie, the Muppet movie with Jason Segel, and I forget. Oh, there you go. Look, see, Phil's already on it. Me and Phil are like connecting right here. Yeah, Man or Puppet. One of the recent Yeah, so he actually won an award for the I think it was pretty much the theme song for that movie that came out. There you go. Phil knows. Phil's in the know. He knows, man. He knows. But yeah, good stuff. Yeah, so Stimpy's my number 3, man. Stimpy, Ask Dr. Stupid. And I got to meet Billy West recently too, man. And what a cool dude.
I met him earlier. I met him earlier this year. You know what I mean?
What'd you think?
It was just incredible, man. He's really, really approachable, and it was just nostalgia. You know what I mean? It definitely goes into my number 2, like for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. He's a fantastic dude. Oh yeah, Jermaine is shiny. Which one was Jermaine? Was he like a crab or something? I forget what character he played in Moana. He was like a giant crab or something in like a little. He was on an island or something.
I think he was a crab. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a giant crab, right? Yeah. Yeah, Jermaine. Jermaine's hilarious. He's in a new movie too. Oh, dude, you like Napoleon Dynamite?
Oh, huge fan.
Okay, there's a movie out there, and Phil may know about this. I don't even think it made it anywhere. You can just find it. I think it's on Amazon Prime. It's called Gentlemen Broncos. And it's made by the director of Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre. Dude, I
gotta see it.
You may have seen the clip online. It's Sam Rockwell. And Sam Rockwell is this flamboyant. He's wearing this wig, and he's looking through a telescope. It's a white wig, and he's wearing like a pink dress thing or something. And he's like, Cyclops there, turrets. Oh my holy crap! Surveillance does. I hate those. It's this whole random clip, and you're like, what is this movie? Finally, I had to research it and looked it up. It's a story about a kid and Jermaine is actually in it, the actor. He's in it. He plagiarizes and steals this kid's idea for a movie or a book. And he turns the character into whatever, the Sam Rockwell character, into like this big, beefy hero dude, into like this little... do this thing. Just look it up, dude. It looks hilarious. I haven't watched it yet, but all I've seen is that clip, and just that clip alone, if you like Napoleon Dynamite, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, Gentlemen Broncos. Yeah, check that one out, man.
I gotta see that because I had a chance and I wasn't able to go. They had the whole cast of Napoleon Dynamite in a theater like a couple hours away from my house.
Oh,
I just want. I mean, I like John Hedger and everything, but did you know that Pedro has a twin?
I did. I heard that not too long ago.
I looked there. I said, that is crazy. But the part that I wanted to do, and I know this sounds funny, but I would have liked to play catch with Uncle Rico just because of the person that played like QB in intramural leagues, and just so I could throw the ball. Because the way he was on camera, he's like,
Yeah.
and he was filming himself, and that's like one of my that's my goal for 2025. If I could see that actually see him out there and be like, "You want to play some football?" He's like, I used to play quarterback. I'm like, "Yes, I do, sir."
Back in
Please, can we
82.
play? Yep.
Back in 82, I would have gone all pro, no doubt.
Yes.
All state. Coach would have put me in fourth quarter.
Yep.
I used to be able to throw football over the mountains for miles. What do you say for 100 miles?
Yeah, for 100 miles.
100
and then it was like, he wants you to leave and stop eating all our steak.
Dude, I love that actor, man. Did you? Okay. What else have you ever seen that actor in?
Bench warmers.
Was he in Benchwarmers? What did he do
Yep.
in Benchwarmers?
He was part of the kids. That was part of him, and I think Rob Snyder. And it's on the tip of my tongue. I know exactly who it is. He was in Grown Ups too. David Spade.
Yeah, David Spade. Oh, John Heater was in there, but no, the guy who played Uncle Rico.
Oh no, I don't know where he's been on.
All right, I'm gonna enlighten you. So he was in a movie with The Rock called The Rundown. He was
in The Rundown too?
Yes, he was the guy at the beginning when Sean William Scotty's like, "Did you find her or not, asshole? Did you find her or not, asshole?"
Oh yeah, that's what I remember. We all think about Scott when it comes to that. A little thunder, a little lightning. And then just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's an underrated movie too. And I think Keno was in that too, right? From Ernest.
Yep, he was. I think he was one of the
in it for a
muscles that was beating him up.
Yep. But the original movie I ever saw Uncle Rico in was an 80s movie called The Monster Squad. If you've never seen The Monster Squad, do yourself a favor and go check it out. It's about, they take the classic Universal monsters in an 80s setting where these group of kids have this little club called the Monster Squad. And for whatever reason, the OG classic Universal monsters all show up, at this little town and, raising havoc and stuff. But he plays the Wolfman in that 80s movie.
Makes sense. He had the chops for it.
He's good. It's good, man. But that's the first thing I ever saw that actor in. Good stuff, man. Yeah, love it, dude. Love Napoleon Dynamite. You got to check out Gentleman Broncos.
Yeah, that movie that you just mentioned about the monsters, it reminds me of like one of my favorite Scooby-Doo ones. Like, I don't care. My favorite Scooby-Doo movie ever is Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School. Like, I will always love the Ghoul School episode. Like when they were the teachers for all the little kid versions of those monsters. So they had like and it was all girls. So they had like a Frankenstein and a mummy and a vampire, and you know what I mean? Yeah. But their dads were the ones that, they were, daddy's girls basically. So it made it really funny.
That's funny, man. I missed that episode. I gotta go check that one out.
Yeah, even showed Scooby and Shaggy both doing the moonwalk at the same time. It just made everything. It was worth it.
That's great, man. Yeah. I love the movie, the first live action movie that came out with. It's got all those classic 90s actors in there.
Had Scrappy Doo show up, and yeah.
Zazu, what was his name? Zazu, voice of Zazu. Why is the actor's name escaping me? Mr. Bean. Oh, golly, starts with an R. Rowan Atkinson, right?
Yeah, Rowan.
Yeah. Love that dude. He's one of the best actors, man. He's so funny. Okay, give me your number 2 Nickelodeon character, bud.
Well, my number 2 is gonna be Doug. Doug Funny.
Doug Funny. I love Doug. Oh, that's good stuff. What's so amazing about Doug to you?
The cool thing about Doug is when you watch as a kid, you just kind of think of, this is the part that a lot of people get, and then they look at it and they're not sure and all that stuff. But like, Doug was a kid that made the definition of what it felt like to be in an area or town, a new school or anything, and have these anxieties. And the first thing you're thinking about when you're in a new town, I don't know anybody. I don't think if anybody will like me or any of those. So we all had those anxieties, but a lot of us don't write them in a journal. So the fact that he was monologuing his life, and figuring out different morals and stuff like that really gave you some thinking as, and I can relate to Doug. Now, was his nightmare fuel type of daydreams, was that over the top? Absolutely. But when you're a fifth and a sixth grader, you know what I mean? What's what's unreal about that? We've all been in situations where we felt like we weren't going to be picked in gym class. We all been in situations where we want to go get a haircut from a new person. We don't know what they're going to do to our hair. You know what I mean? And it was all those relatable things. And then the fact that he had such a connection with his dog is what made it as in you can see how that could be man's best friend with that. And one of the biggest inspirations to me is just like making sure, you're meeting your best friend and you're seeing, he has a sibling and you're being involved in it. It's like Doug had some kind of involvement with everybody he interacted with, even Roger. And then Roger was just kind of like a soft bully, to be honest. There's a guy that just made fun of you and all those things. But when it came down to things in the show, Roger had Doug's back on certain situations, which is interesting. And then, of course, the whole connection with finding that girl named Patty, finding Patty and she being so different from everybody else. That's just how you felt as a kid. It's like, yeah, she had other friends and things like that and other girls, and you can do that. But Doug was like, look, I really like this girl. There's something about her. And that's what a lot of us felt as kids. We're just like, there is that one girl. Like I've had a person that was like a Patty, you know what I mean, growing up. So I had those connections for it. So I connect with Doug because of the curiousness, the imagination, and being able to encounter situations that I may have grown up with in life and just didn't know what to do. So I got a personal connection with Doug Funny for me.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's deeper than mine, because my number 2 is Doug. I really enjoyed that theme song and just the simplicity. What was interesting about the intro, like they would play the theme song, and then they would play a clip, and then they would play the title of the episode. The format was so different, and because you got to kind of hear, I don't know, it was just different. And then Pork Chop was hilarious throughout the whole thing. Skeeter, that first episode always gets me, where he's translating,
teaching them how to dance, or no, he's translating it to Honker Burger, right?
Yes, yeah, the Honker Burger. Yeah, it's just a really good. It's just, I don't know, just a cool show, man. Of course, we all dealt with, those kind of kids that were a little bit more thick-skinned, and kind of, I got pushed around a little bit, growing up and things like that. And Doug was new. I never grew up in a new town. I never had experienced that kind of feeling, but everybody kind of knew each other. But I did have that one Roger in my class, those kind of situations. And so I related to him a little bit, but I just liked the show, man. It was just cool because there really weren't many options. It was either Snick, there was Clarissa Explains It All, which I really enjoyed. Yep. I never told anybody, because they'd be like, "You're watching a girl show." I'm like, actually, it's kind of cool. It's just, I would watch. It would start off with Rugrats, then Clarissa Explains It All. Then I forgot what would come on between like 6 and 7. But then Snick would start on Saturday nights, and Snick was my jam, man. I loved.
Yeah.
Yes, it was everything to us kids on Saturday nights. Where I remember my parents would always go in the living room and watch the HBO feature presentation on Saturday night. And I'd go to their room because it was the only other TV in the house. And they had a waterbed. And I'd sit on the edge of their waterbed and just pop on that Snick, man, and watch Roundhouse and Clarissa and Ren and Stimpy. And I always knew, and this will get to my number 1 here in a minute, my favorite part of the night, but also the scariest part of my night. Those commercials would start with that awesome theme music from Ren and Stimpy would be playing for the credits, and then some commercials would play. All good, lighthearted commercials with, GAC this or check out the new H2O Super Soaker, all this kind of stuff. But I knew at any second that creepy music was gonna start up, man, and Are You Afraid of the Dark was gonna kick on, and
Yep.
have the lights off just to set the mood and everything. Because I loved that feeling of, oh, here comes the spooky part of the Saturday night, man. This is the best part. And of course, they save it right before you go to bed. You know, they always save that one for the last, right?
Oh yeah, at 9:30 every time.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And that's going to lead you to my number one, which was my favorite Are You Afraid of the Dark character, Zebo the Clown.
All right.
Yes.
That's a cult classic right there.
That's the very first episode I ever saw. And still to this day, I still watch it like nobody's business.
Yeah.
And
Did you get a chance to hear the Are You Afraid of the Dark song?
Yeah, I did. I enjoyed it, man. Really enjoyed that one. So albums are like this with me. I just got your album this week, so I'm listening to it, right? And I'm listening to it, and it takes like a good solid 5 or 6 times to listen through an album again before I start remembering, the songs themselves and the lyrics and things like that.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
but yeah, I listened to the album back to back, because as soon as I leave work, I put it on and I go pick up my kids and we cruise on the way home. And even my kids have been like, "What are you listening to, Dad?" I'm like, "Oh, this is my buddy Mark Cooper. He's going to be on the show Friday. He does Nickelodeon stuff and stuff like that." And he goes, "Oh, this is cool." They're enjoying it too, man. So it's a win-win. But yeah, I did hear it, man.
I'm honored. Yeah, man. That's why I try to make that stuff all ages, because that way all kids can hear it. And as me being a K through 12 teacher, I think about those things all the time.
Oh, nice, man. Good for you. That's cool. I didn't know you were a teacher.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, and that's what I appreciated about it too. It's safe for my kids to listen to, and everybody else who's listening out there. It's family friendly, so everybody can listen to it. And for those of us, so that's what I'm doing with my kids, is I'm going back and rewatching all this old school, like your Legends of the Hidden Temple and Double Dare and all that stuff. Where I watch that stuff all the time with my kids, and so your kids can experience your music, and they understand now. They understand the references, So it's too, man. So it's good stuff, dude. Right on. Let's get to your number one. What is your final number one?
Well, my number one also has a huge inspiration on life, and just of those, it's going to be Arnold Schwartzman from Hey Arnold. It's going to definitely be Arnold.
I don't want to butcher this. Schwartzman, maybe?
Like Shortman. Arnold Shortman.
Oh, Shortman. Why did I say Schwartzman?
yeah, short man, Yep.
Got it. Shortman. Mighty fine. Cool, man. Good pick. I never watched Hey Arnold. I'll be honest with you. Never watched it. I heard good things about. Well, so wasn't it like really dark? Wasn't it like a really dark show?
Well, to be honest with you, I can't say it was dark. I could say it was dim, if it makes sense.
Okay.
Because the thing is about it is that a lot of the stories are things that could be relatable in real life.
Okay.
So, they're 4th grade and they go through all different kinds of things, like having a crush on the teacher, from, having, family issues under on the other side. Like there's, Stoop Kid is a big story about, people making fun of him, saying Stoop Kid's afraid to leave his stoop. But in reality, if you look at it, he was homeless. And that's the reason why he wasn't leaving his stoop. So, we don't know about his parents or anything. He's just staying on the porch. So it's like certain things like that. And then there's the episode like with Pigeon Man. And Pigeon Man, all he does is he has a whole sanctuary on the roof that he takes care of pigeons. So like pigeons have a broken wing or a broken beak or hungry. He took care of them. And it was, that was just his sanctuary. And then some of the kids found the place and destroyed it. And then Pigeon Man's like, that's why I'm off with the world. I don't deal with people. And then next thing you know, he has a jacket that has a whole bunch of these hooks on it. And all the pigeons came and they basically banged his wings and he flew away. And it just reminds you also of Home Alone 2, when you meet the lady that feeds all the birds in the park.
Oh, yeah.
It's in the same concept. So it's like, there's just a lot of relatable things in there. And Arnold was a character that literally saw all these people's lives. And he either benefited or, not benefited, where he was contributing or he helped out or anything. It just showed like, I'm a 9-year-old kid and I'm going to do whatever kind of good in the world I can. And that's just inspiring because, it's a thankless job being a good person, especially in this modern time now. That was the 90s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Arnold was figuring out ways to help even people who could possibly be his enemy or not good people in the world show others, hey, I see you could be a good person. And that's what made that whole series dope to me. So Arnold is definitely my number one because of the impact that he does in the world. And I relate with that.
That's wild, man. You got such an intellectual view of these shows, man, because dude, it's pretty intense. Because somebody told me that Arnold, hey Arnold, like he worked for a phone sex company or something like that, is what somebody had said. Is that accurate, or is that speculation?
You mean the actual voice actor or the cartoon?
The cartoon, like his job. He had a
Oh,
job
no.
or something.
Oh no. That was Rocco's Modern Life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when Rocco was on there, and then ironically Mrs. Big Head called. Yeah.
Okay. I got this one mixed up.
Yeah.
So yeah, Hey Arnold was more about the real life. Okay.
Yeah.
Right on, man. Good stuff. Okay, well, great pick, dude. Thanks for dude. I love hearing your take on things, man. It's cool. It brings such a intellectual side of Nickelodeon, shows. So right on, man.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Well, that's gonna do it for our segment for our topic of the night, man. But you know what? We got one more thing to do before we get out of here, and I would call it kind of like, I don't want to say the finale, but it's kind of one of the more fun things that we do on the show. And I'm gonna set it up real quick right here so we can get going. And let's get it cracking, as they say, as the kids say. You know what? I haven't done one clip tonight. I always try to use these things, and I never get a chance to do them. So I'm trying to think of something that's relevant here. How about this one?
My name is Jeff.
And sometimes I've ever have too many of these, and I'm sitting here on the live streams. I'll go back and watch the replays, and I sound like this guy. Oh, I got a ton of them in here, man. But I reeled this thing up. Here it is, right here. Make it quick. That's the wrong one. That's Real Shoutouts. It's this one. There we go. I got tired of hearing like that. So there's another one that I have where it's the Back to the Future. I recorded the Back to the Future riff. Do no 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 no. It's this one. And you understand this as a content creator. Like I make so many videos using these same things over and over. I just got tired of hearing it. So, and plus I've been trying to do a lot of research on trying to get more views on my channel or whatever. And some of the tips they say is like, oh, just get straight to the point when it comes to your videos. And so I made that shorter version of the real rips there. So
okay, that's just awesome because what's funny, when I do performances, I dress up as Captain N, and my shoes are the Marty McFly's.
Oh, nice, dude. Hey, dude, I gotta turn you on to Bull Airs. Have you heard of Bull Airs?
Yes, but they are so expensive.
You got that right.
Jesus.
You got that right.
They're easily $600 for a pair of shoes, but they're so good. But I do have a pair of, I know you're a Doug fan. Remember the Air Jets?
Yeah, I saw that. Did you get them from the? Go ahead.
I got them. I'll show them to you. Hold on.
Yeah, grab them. Yeah, Keith. Andy does sound like that sometimes.
So I got a pair of the Sky Davison's Air Jets. I guess they won't come up like that. That's weird.
Hang on.
Who knows? Maybe they will. They come up?
Yeah, kind of. Here, I'm full screening you.
There we go.
Yeah, there they are. Don't move. Yes. I love those things, man. Those look so cool. Oh, who signed them?
Came with a box too.
Was that an autograph on there, or is that the name of the brand?
Oh no, they actually put the Sky Davison's autograph on there to make it fun.
Nice. Those are awesome. Yeah, I saw those, and I was following the guy for a while because he came out with the honkers, right? The honk burger.
Yep.
Yeah. I saw those too. I almost bought a pair, but my heart is dedicated to Bull Airs, but I love those shoes as well.
Oh yeah.
But let me show you what I got real quick.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
So these are the Wolverines that just came out. Wolverine Deadpools.
I'm so jealous.
And I've got unboxing videos of all these. If you just go through my playlist under my What's in the Box.
I'm definitely gonna do that.
And I go through all of them. But guess who I got to sign it?
Oh, you got the voice of Wolverine to sign it?
Yeah. I got Cal Dodd up on there, and I've actually worn.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I got an interview on him. I do these things called real life adventures where I go to cons and things like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm lucky enough to talk to some of these guys. And Cal Dodd was cool, but he was just kind of like a grumpy old dude.
And it fit the character perfect. And then, I know you've seen the Honest trailers where they did the animated series for X-Men when John Bailey did the voice. And he was talking about Wolverine trying not to swear. Listen here, you gutter trash. Like,
man. That's good stuff. So I got those. The first pair I ever bought were these right here. These are My Pet Monster shoes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Do you remember My Pet Monster? Are you old enough to remember?
Well, I was born in 87. So
okay.
I may be familiar, but it's been a while.
I'll show you. I've got the OG My Pet Monster here, but yeah, they made these My Pet Monster, but they got the little chain, and, on the actual. Oh, I guess I did the wrong side. So on the actual tongue,
it's a monster.
It's an eyeball.
Yeah, that's so dope.
And it's fuzzies and things like that.
Yeah.
But the one I know you'll appreciate the most, and this goes right along with your Power Glove. You need to get you a set of these, man. So these are the NES
my God.
Blazer.
Is that the ones from Bull Air?
Yeah.
I remember when he was trying. I have a Nintendo jacket that I put on.
Oh, the Captain Nintendo?
No, not just that. I have one that's actual hood that's, it was made by Merchoid years ago.
Oh, nice.
And the jacket is exactly like an NES. Like exactly.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So yeah, they put Mario on the tongue. Let me see if
I need it. If he has extra, if you know that person, please let him know what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, no, I think they still have some available on their website. Not this one. They have a newer version. They put their actual
logo on
there now. So these are the originals that came out. Yeah, they got the Mario cartridge on there. But what's really fun on the back of on the back of them, you can see here they say, if I can get the light on it right.
That's cool.
Game over. On the left foot it says game. On this one it says over.
Ooh, that's so sick. I would love to get some custom shoes like that. But what I would do is like for the swoop or whatever, I wanted to be like Tron related. So if they got something Tron related, that'd be ill.
That's cool.
Do
you know that cheat code?
Yep, the Konami code. Yep.
Yep. Good old Contra.
Yep. 30 lives.
30 lives in the house. But yeah, man. I've got some Bull mags on the way too. Once they finally come in. So
man, you gotta show me. You have to show me that when you do.
Yeah, we got to compare because you said you got a pair too, right? You said you got some mags.
Well, not some mags. I got some of the Back to the Future replica stuff that Universal Studios was selling.
Oh, nice.
I had those, and they're just like the big poofy shoes, but they have the rubber bottoms and all that stuff. But that's about it.
Oh, okay, cool, nice. So this is the Hobby Lobby cam. I've got all my Garbage Pail Kid wall up here, and behind it I've got miscellaneous stuff. But
okay,
we're gonna rip some packs right now, man. This is kind of what I love to do. This is my latest new hobby. I kind of got bored with buying so many toys and running out of space to put them.
Yeah.
anywhere. So I'm into trading cards now, and I've come to realize actually some of these trading cards are actually a good investment. So
Yeah.
I was actually able to pull this card here. It's an auto Garbage Pail Kids, Beavis and Butthead auto
Oh
card
yeah. That's awesome.
from this is from We Hate the 90s.
Mhm.
And this card here, there's another auto card going on there, one on eBay for like $135 just for one
Okay.
card. So
Hmm.
they're a pretty cool investment, and they're fun too. I'm just getting into them. So, but I won this pack off of my good buddy from Vintage Sports Flips. Off of
Okay.
his, they do giveaways every Wednesday on their channel on their live stream. So you guys gotta go check them out. It's called Pastime Picks Podcast, but you can watch it on Vintage Sports Flips. But I won this pack in a Batman pack.
Okay.
I'll rip that one of these days, but let's get this one ripping. So these are from 1991. We all remember this movie. Oh, right out of the gate, we got a sweet banger, man. Look at this thing. Robin Williams as Peter Pan.
Okay.
Right there out of the gate. It's a good sticker card, man. Front.
Yeah.
That's a good one. And then we got Jack and Maggie, Prisoners.
Okay.
Hook's Floating Fortress. In a Class by Themselves. Jack, a Pupil with Promise. Dustin Hoffman.
Mm-hmm.
The Ultimate Substitute Teacher. Hey, you should be able to relate to this stuff, man.
Exactly.
This teacher. Yeah. Never Say Surrender. Man, this movie was so good.
It was definitely.
Tinkerbell's Mission. And then finally we got Peter Pan, the play. Cool. It's a good one. I'm saving the Nicktoons for last, but we actually watched this movie this last weekend with the family.
Oh, Harry Henderson. Oh, it's been a long time.
It's on Peacock right now. You can watch
it's like
it there.
That one and Beethoven. Beethoven's like a fever dream you forget. Like just about the dog itself. And then, because when it comes to dog movies, like, that movie and Oliver and Company and various others just get swept under the rug because the only people remember are like, even Homeward Bound falls in that category.
Oh, I love that. I loved that movie growing up, man. Homeward Bound was great. But hey, do you remember this one here? I found this in a random box.
Mm-hmm.
Let me find that. I'm pulling it up right now. I'm grabbing it. Hold on.
I got you.
You remember this dog movie? Did you ever see this?
Bingo. That's like in the same thing as like what you call it?
Right around the same time as Beethoven and all those movies,
Yeah, there was that, but it was also Wishbone. It was like in that era.
Oh yeah, good old Wishbone. The dog would talk. Yeah. I loved Wishbone. That was a fun one.
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff, man. Good stuff. But we watched I've been trying to get my family to watch this, and they're like, it looks boring, but they finally watched it and they said this is a cute movie. Yeah. So I got a whole hobby box of these things in the other day. So I can't wait to check these things out from 1987, guys.
Oh, the year I was born. All right.
There you go. It's a good year. Good year for movies. And I can already feel the gum already stuck to that. We'll get that later. But these are all. There we go. Let's see what kind of stuff is in here. I've never opened one of these packs. Oh yeah, Ernie's first kill, the very beginning of the movie. Yep. That's awesome. It's a good one. They were hunting teenager Sarah Henderson. Love it. And there's the bad guy, LaFleur at the Henderson store.
Yeah.
And I love these kind of movies where it comes with a really good happy ending and everybody turns good and all that kind of stuff. And
yeah,
this is a good tearjerker, man. This will bring some good fun man tears for you if you go back and rewatch it.
Okay.
And Harry's Wild About Us. Fun fact, do you know who the mom was?
Ooh.
That's the mom from A Christmas Story.
Oh, it was.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they're stuck in traffic, and I only know this because we just watched it last weekend. Or they were stuck in traffic, and Harry gets out the window and he starts doing the siren, and everybody moves out of the way. Mm-hmm. And this is actually a sticker card, so we got a cool sticker card right here.
Okay.
All right. Oh, this was hilarious when
he was judging because they're hunters, right? The dad's a hunter. He hunted all these animals, and
Yeah.
Harry's walking through the house, and he's just like giving him that look, like no
Like,
way to treat him.
what is this?
He busts through the wall to find the other side of him, and
Yep.
there's nothing but a wall there. Oh yeah, don't look behind you, LaFleur. There's Harry chilling up there in the window.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of cards in these packs. The Bigfoot Museum, in search of Dr. Wrightwood. That was another good scene too. George Henderson.
Yep. The
John
guy from
Lithgow.
Third Rock from the Sun. Yep.
Great actor. There he is.
Yeah.
He lives here with you. Look at Harry. Dude, you're going to crack up. You see his facial expressions. And my wife watched it. She said, all I can do is picture. I wish I had a close-up of his face. But he said, all I can picture is Ben Stiller. Like,
Yes.
when you go back and watch him, like I guarantee you, you can't unsee it. You can't unsee it. But for the finale pack, guys, we're going to rip one of these Nickelodeon Nicktoons packs for you by Topps.
Oh man.
From 1993. And I've ripped a few of these. I got a Real Rips episode out there where I ripped 3 packs in a row. I was on the Splat Attack pack on their collector's corner that I was featured on. I ripped a pack on theirs as well. But let's check it out. Let's see if there's any numbered cards. No, there's. See, here's what was cool about Nicktoons. They gave you so much, right? So here's like tattoos. They give you a whole. That's what I loved about Nickelodeon, was that they really cared about the kids and wanted to give you a lot. So look at this. These are all tattoos. Look at that.
Oh, that's so cool. And that's your favorite for Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, this is my first time opening one with Ren and Stimpy on the tattoos there. You got Log from Blammo. I mean, that's awesome.
I even got a song about Log, which is kind of funny. So that's awesome.
Nice. That's good stuff, man. Yeah. So, I mean, they really gave you that. And then they gave you, and here is what's called an activity card. Do the pork chop. Good old pork chop. And it tells you what to do, gives you the instructions on how to do it. Like you can, I guess you kind of make them dance.
Everybody do the dog. Everybody do the dance all day long. I remember. Wow.
That's right. Yeah. So they gave you an activity card with it. And then, of course, some base cards here with just some. Oh, here's a sticker card. Here's a pork chop. That's a good pork chop card.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Love it. And then just some base cards with some phrases on them. Here's some Ren and Stimpy action. Mm-hmm. That's where milk comes from, kids. And you can hear the voice in your head. That's where milk comes from, kids. Exactly. That's a terrible impression, but you can hear Billy in there. Mm-hmm. Our Untamed World. I don't recall that episode, but good picture.
This looks like it's a Ren and Stimpy edition for this pack.
Yeah, I think what they do is anytime when you open the tattoos and you see what the theme is for the tattoo, that's what the base cards are going to be.
That's awesome.
But like the activity card and the sticker card are going to be randomized. So here's Log. That's a good card. That's my first Log card. Everyone wants a Log.
Yep.
Repulsive Rapunzel. There you go. Look at him pulling the nose hair.
Yep, exactly.
Such good stuff. Such good stuff, man. But yeah, I love those packs, man. I still got a bunch of those to unbox and rip and things like that. So, there you go. You got to get you some of those, man. Those are really fun.
Yeah,
really
definitely.
fun to check out. Cool. All right. Well, let's get this off here. Mr. Mark Cooper, I want to thank you for coming on tonight, my friend. Dude, did you have a good time tonight?
I had a blast, man. This really, really made my day.
Right on, man. We appreciate you. I know you had a long week. I'm glad we could hopefully. You got any more coming up this weekend, or are you just chilling out and relaxing, taking it easy?
I still got a little bit left. You know what I mean? The Kickstarter's over, so I'm just trying to get things organized so it can be sent out. And yeah, I'm just gonna try to do some kind of relaxing, but I'm just really happy about it all.
Yeah, well, I'm very happy for you too, man. I can't wait to listen to part 2. But tell everybody, I'm gonna full screen you here. This is your moment. Tell everybody where they can find you, what you have coming up. If you have any live streams this weekend that you're guesting on or any other shows, plug those. Plug anything you want to plug.
where, like I said, where they can find the new album and all your other albums as well and all that good stuff. And just let them have it, man. Just give it to them. 5, 4, 3, 2,
1. Wayne's World, excellent. See, I didn't miss it this time. But the best way to find me is It's Smart Cooper. It says ITSMARKCOOPER, and you're all superstars. Thank you so much. To be able to find the orange tape projects I have is on my Bandcamp, which will be www.rain.bandcamp.com, and I spell it REIGN, like rain equals power, so power to the bandcamp.com. Lots of different projects, and I'm just really excited to really show what's going on. And maybe by the end of the year, you'll see the Orange Tape Part 2 on all streaming platforms. But right now, the deluxe version is on the Bandcamp. And other than that, just kind of follow me on the socials. You'll be able to see all types of updates coming. And I appreciate each and every one of you for checking it out.
Awesome, man. Oh, what a fun night this has been. I was glad to see Phil pop on here. And just a great show, man. This was really good. Really good. Really enjoy this, man. So thanks for taking some time out of your week, man, and kicking it with us on the Real Life Perspective show. We'll have you on again, of course, man, because 2025 is going to be another year. It's going to be a fantastic year, and who knows what it's going to bring for everybody. I know it's going to bring you a lot. I wish you all the best on everything that you're doing, man, with your music, and keep it up. And maybe you and I can even collab one of these days with something, man, because I hear your stuff and I'm like, oh man, I really want to do something. I want to do something with you that's like, just, I'm a rocker, dude. You know that I'm a rocker, pop rock kind of guy. And I want to do something where we could blend the genres together, like what you heard that Mario music that I did at the beginning, but something like that. But I want a good, powerful hook to where we could, it's like an anthem song, you know what I'm saying?
I'm with it 100%, man. Like, I'm definitely almost finishing up this. Well, one thing I will say is that for part 2, it does lead into something else in the story where it goes to the next network, which honestly will be Cartoon Network. So if it's something that you're definitely interested there, got some stuff for Transformers coming, like a lot of this stuff. We can figure out some really cool things to do.
Speaking of Transformers, so they just released these. If you're into trading cards, 40-year anniversary packs, card packs, trading cards. They just released these. You can find these online. Just Google Transformers 40th year anniversary. If you're into that stuff, I just picked me up a blaster box of it, and I can't wait to rip those things. And that's going to be a lot of fun. But you mentioned Transformers. I bet you'd be into those cards too, because they're.
Oh yeah, I would love that. I'm a definitely big fan of Soundwave and Prime and all those things. So yeah.
I watched Transformers 1 with my kids the other day, and I actually thought it was pretty good.
Oh, I loved it. I absolutely love that. And they finally really made it in an easier way, explaining how Megatron became Megatron. Yeah. And I like the fact that they actually explained why Starscream sound that way.
Yeah.
What I mean? When I saw that, I was like, that's amazing. Because we always wonder, it was like, it's just what he sounds like. And like, no, something had to happen prior. And then
they did it with Bumblebee. You remember how he lost his voice? They showed us that origin story. And now I'm glad they did it. But what cracked me up, did you see who did the voice of Starscream in that?
Yes.
In Transformers 1? Steve Buscemi.
Yes, hilarious.
Of all people, just like, old man, get off my lawn. I just know him so much from Monster House. We watch it every Halloween, man. But yeah, Transformers 1 was awesome, man. Had a good time with that one. Like, the origin story was really good. I wasn't too hyped about it, but I watched it with the kids. I said, you know what? That was actually a really good origin story all around. When you saw the Scarlett Johansson was in it. She was I don't remember her name. Yeah. But there was Shockwave and Soundwave, and how it was just cool to see.
And then they're like, you have enough waves.
Yeah, they did a good job on that, man. Okay, so we're gonna end the show now, but I want you to go out and tell everybody, give them like one of your favorite lines from one of your favorite Nickelodeon shows, your favorite Nickelodeon characters, and make it really pop, man, and just give it to them hard.
Okay, no problem at all. Let me see. Favorite lines. All right. We serve food over here, sir. Squidward from SpongeBob.
Peace out.
Step into the real life time machine.